So we've seen 5 of the 7 last call special editions. We've seen the Challenger Shakedown, the Charger Super B, Charger and Challenger Swinger Edition, and then we most recently seen the Charger King Daytona Hellcat. And if there's one thing that's blaringly obvious to me is that there are no power upgrades or performance upgrades with any of these editions. All of this is literally just graphics updates, interior and exterior graphics updates. The only one that even came remotely close to a performance update was the Charger Super B, and that's because it came with drag mode and drag radials all the way around. Two things. At this point, I'm realizing that it's just Dodge clearing out their inventory of all the old Hemi and Hellcat and Scat Pack emblems and graphics that they got in the back that they got to get rid of, right? And two, if you just want a big 392 or a big Hellcat engine, none of these models pertain to you. Like, you shouldn't even be interested in any of this stuff. Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Knockout3608 with another video for you guys. As you can tell, I'm in the car that makes this a car vlog. You already know what's going down when I come around. Let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around because you're in the right place. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So let's just be real here. So we've seen 5 of the 7 last call special edition Chargers and Challengers that, you know, Dodge is going to be releasing in 2023 before they ultimately get rid of the Hemi. We've seen the 2023 Challenger Shakedown. We've seen the 23 Charger Super B. We've seen the 23 Charger and Challenger Swinger editions. And most recently, we've seen the Charger King Daytona Hellcat. If there's one thing that's obvious to me, and that's just kind of poking out to me, is that, and what you guys have been waiting on, but we're not going to get or haven't gotten thus far, is any sort of performance update or upgrade with these special editions. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that to say, literally all Dodge have done with these quote-unquote special editions is put stripes on them, put a B on the side of it, gave us a green swinger graphic on the back of the car, or they gave us a black Daytona badge or graphic on the back of the car, and that's it. You know, they haven't done anything special with any of these cars thus far. And I know a lot of you guys are curious, like, you know, should you be concerned with these special edition models? Should you even be considering purchasing one of these special edition models? And I'm here to tell you that if all you want is a big Hemi, a big 392 or a big Hellcat model or a Hellcat engine, none of these models really pertain to you. Unless you're that guy that wants the exclusive one-of-one, right? You want to be driving around in a Shakedown. You want to be driving around in a Super B Scat Pack, which essentially turns your Charger into a 1320. If any of that is relevant and important to you, then by all means, be that guy. But realistically speaking, for 95% of the Mopar population that just wants a big engine with big tires and a nice body, none of these editions pertain to you. And it really just looks to me like Dodge was at the point where they had a bunch of graphics in the warehouse, and they was like, we got to get rid of this stuff. You know, we've got all these graphics. We've got Swinger graphics. We've got Shakedown graphics. We've got King Daytona graphics. And we've got all of these special edition models that we need to be releasing before we kill the Hemi altogether. And that's ultimately what they're going to do. And one thing you got to realize is that you're going to pay for each and every last one of these packages. And I say that to say anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 more than what you're already paying or what you're already overpaying. Because mind you, this is going to be the last year that the Hemi is going to be around. The last year the Scat Pack, the Hellcat is going to be around. The RT is going to be around. So whatever you pay for those cars, just as is, you're going to be paying over MSRP. You're going to be paying $5,000 to $10,000 more than you would have been paying years prior, right? So you're already overpaying for the car itself. And now they want to give you some stripes and B packages, graphic packages on the outside of your car, and therefore make you overpay another $5,000 to $10,000. So before you know it, you're looking at, let's take the 2023 Charger Super B, for instance. That's the only one that's given us any sort of performance update. And I say that to say, we got the drag mode and we got the drag radius and drag radials. And they gave us a active suspension or something like that. I can't even remember off the top of my head. But essentially, it's a Charger 1320, a drag-specific Charger 1320. I can almost guarantee you that this Super B is going to be running you 60 to 65,000 plus, easy. Especially if you want to option into the teeth, leather seats, sunroof, all that good stuff. Easily $60 to $65,000, maybe even 70 close or close to 70. That's basically a Hellcat right there, or it was a Hellcat at one point. Maybe not a Hellcat in 23, but it was a Hellcat at one point, and you're paying that for a Scat Pack essentially, a Scat Pack with big tires and some electronic drag mode options or whatever the case may be. But everything else is literally just graphics, interior and exterior. There's really no benefit. I mean, even with the Chrysler 300 that just dropped, everybody was expecting a Hellcat 300, right? How many Hellcat swap 300s have we seen on YouTube that have been blowing up? We've seen numerous Hellcat swapped 300s that have blown up over YouTube, millions and millions of views. So that lets you know that there is a market for it. And the fact that, in the description of the Chrysler 300 before they released it, they were talking about the most powerful, most luxurious Chrysler ever. So in our head, we're thinking that's automatically going to be a Hellcat. No, it comes out to a 6.4, the same 6.4 that we've seen in every damn Scat Pack since 2015. Nothing more, nothing less. To my understanding, the old SRT 8300s were 6.1 liter and only put down 470 horsepower. So by Dodge's rationale or Chrysler's rationale, they're giving you a bigger engine. So they're giving you a 6.4 as opposed to a 6.1. And they're giving you 485 horsepower as opposed to 470 horsepower. So you're getting 15 more. Same body style, same interior, same Uconnect system, same everything else, just a bigger engine. It really looks to me like Dodge has an inventory or a warehouse full of old Hemi shit, Hemi graphics, 6.4 engines, Hellcat engines, and they're just like, we got to get rid of all of this shit, and we need to get rid of it in the next 365 days. We need to get rid of it in the next year. And that's literally what they're doing. No surprises whatsoever. I can almost guarantee you that these next two last call editions that are going to be dropping over the next month or so are going to be some of the same things. Now, here's the interesting part. This is how Dodge tried to get sneaky with it with the most recent King Daytona. So they call it the 2023 Charger King Daytona, and it's named after Willie Robinson, who happened to be a drag racer out in California back in the day, and he drove a Daytona, and they ended up, naming it after him, King Daytona. So it's basically a Charger Hellcat Red Eye, 797 Charger Hellcat Red Eye, with some black graphics, black King Daytona graphics on the back, and then the silver rims, and then it comes with the hood scoop, or the hood pins, I'm sorry, which we haven't seen before, but, whatever. You can get that aftermarket. So what they did was they gave you a Hellcat Red Eye at 797, and then in the description, they made it seem like this King Daytona package is going to be the most powerful package that we've ever seen. And they said an extra 10 horsepower, taking it to 807. What does that sound like? What does that number remind you of? The jailbreak Charger that has been out for the last, year and a half at this point? That's putting down 807? That's nothing new at all. Like, you're not faking anybody out. And even before the jailbreak, didn't the super stock put down like 807 or 804, something like that? So that number is not surprising at all, but they made it seem like a point of, a celebration, like they're going to give you a Hellcat plus an extra 10 horsepower so that you got the most powerful Hellcat known to man. And it's like, not really. I don't. Like, first off, you're going to be charging me out the ass because it's a King Daytona package, right? And it's going to be the last year that the Hellcat's going to be around. And you're going to try to fake me out and make it seem like I'm getting more power when I'm really not. 807, we've seen that before. We've seen that for the last year and a half. And like I said, the super stock, I believe, was putting down 807. And if that's the case, we've seen the super stock for the last 2 years. So there's nothing new about this whatsoever. It really just seems to me like at this point, Dodge has a warehouse full of old graphics, old Hemi shit that they got to get rid of. Maybe stuff that they didn't get a chance to put out while they were, moving and shaking back in the day. Maybe the pandemic fucked that up. And I say that to say those 2 years of, things basically being shut down, they didn't get a chance to release all of these special editions and all these packages. And it's now one of those things like, we got to get rid of all of this shit before 24 so that we can make way for the electric future. And that's what it seems like. I do not expect anything special from the last two last call editions. Well, maybe not the last two, because the last one is supposed to be a SEMA car. So that's going to be the top of the line, creme de la creme. But even with that, it's probably going to be a combination of packages and maybe just a bigger supercharger for more horsepower. And that's about it. Interior the same, exterior the same, color graphics, Brembo colors, seat stitching. And that's about it. You know, I'm not hating on this whatsoever, because at the end of the day, you know, give us all that you got. I got it. I understand that. But at the same time, like, there's nothing special about these last call editions thus far to me. They could come out the box with something wild next month or the month after next or whatever, whenever that last one's going to drop. But more than likely, it's just going to be the same of what we've seen. So for 90% of the guys that watch my videos, 95%, none of these editions really pertain to you. Don't go out spending an extra $5,000 to $10,000 specifically because you want the back of your car to say King Daytona in black. You can have your homeboy hook that up. I've already said in the previous video, you can call it King whatever. I'm in Charlotte. You can call it King Charlotte, King Greensboro, King Raleigh, King New York, King of California, whatever you want to call it. Don't fall into the trap that Dodge is making it seem like these cars are so exclusive. They're not. You know, not at all. Save that money, put it towards what you really want. Get you a Scat Pack, get you a Hellcat, get you a RT, and take that extra $5,000 to $10,000 that you would have been spending on a damn graphics package and put it under the hood of the car or put it on the inside of your car, however you want to do it. These editions do not pertain to us. Now, some of you guys want that one of one, that exclusivity. For you guys, go ahead and, you know, spend your money to your heart's content. But for the 95% of us out there that just want a big fucking engine in our car, you know, these editions really don't pertain to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can pretty much go to sleep for the next 2 months while they're releasing these BS cars, because at this point, Dodge is just cleaning out the warehouse. It's pretty much everything must go type of deal. So they're just giving everything out, and they're going to charge a premium for it. So don't act like you're getting this shit for free or for the cheap. You're not. You're going to pay for it. And you're going to have a hard time finding a lot of these cars because they're in limited quantity. Like the Chrysler 300 6.4, I have no idea why that's a limited edition type of car, because there's nothing limited edition about that car whatsoever. We've seen 6.4 Hemis and Scat Packs all day long. We've seen Chrysler 300s all day long. There's nothing interesting whatsoever about the Chrysler 300 6.4 to me. But for some reason, they're only building 300. But, you know, it's whatever, guys. I'm just trying to protect you guys from going out there and spending a bunch of money on BS that really doesn't do you any kind of justice whatsoever. I mean, you can sit a King Daytona Hellcat next to a Red Eye Hellcat or even a regular Hellcat, and the only damn difference is the badges and the graphics, you know, to me. But as always, guys, it's been your boy Knockout 360, man. Talk to me. How do you feel about the last call editions? Are you surprised by what they're putting out, or is it just kind of whatever? Is Dodge going out weak? That may be another video for us to talk about. Is Dodge going out weak? I don't know. I really think that we're going out weak. We started heavy and we had a hell of a run, but like, this is some weak sauce. I've been seeing some weak sauce from Dodge lately. The electric car was weak. Who this is? The electric car was weak. The Hornet was weak. I don't even know why they're talking about that car. The Dodge Hornet was weak. The you know, the fact that they're killing off the Hellcats in the next year and everyone else seems to be doubling down on their V8s is weak. And we're just going to lose it all in the next year or so. So that'll probably be another video for another day. But as always, guys, this is your boy Knockout 360. I will see you in the next one here. Peace.